The big story, besides Vader passing away, obviously, has been the release of, pun intended, of Big Cass. You know, his real name is William.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So expect Big Willie to pop up on the indies here real soon.
That's going to be his
Isn't
name.
that what I called him?
No,
I think
it's just
so.
that's fun. I can just see that now. Big Willie time. And then he's going to get into a big
God.
He's going to get into a lawsuit with Will Smith. Oh my gosh, it just and things keep building about this, by the way. I've compiled as much on this as I can because I was a little What? Say what?
No, go ahead.
I was a little like, at first I was like, wow, I can't believe they released him. And then I was like, but at the same time, I was surprised, but I didn't care, you know? If that makes any sense. And I don't know. That's not a big loss.
My favorite part, though, is like what you said, man, Carmella's the last one standing.
I know.
She wasn't even with them in WWE.
I know. She was the last one to be called up from that group, and now she's at the top of the mountain of the women's division on SmackDown. And the other two are fired. You know, Big Cass didn't hold a single title in WWE. At least Enzo did that.
Sure, we'll count that.
He held the prestigious purple belt.
But it's funny, they never won the NXT tag titles, the Raw tag titles, anything, despite being ridiculously over. And then I think I saw somewhere. Yeah, especially Enzo.
They were the hottest
Big
tag
Cass
team.
Was just a 7-foot catchphrase.
Well, the thing is, when Cass was like going solo there for a while when Enzo was hurt, the crowd responded to him and actually like popped for him and liked his promos, which I'm sure Enzo was writing behind the scenes for him, but that's beside the point. And just like that, but then he goes solo as a heel act, and everybody's just like, meh. Like nobody cared.
Dude, his gimmick was that he's big and Daniel Bryan's not.
I know. When he had the "you must be this tall to ride" thing, I was like, what the F are you on about, man?
Well, yeah, something like that would definitely offend you. We get that.
It didn't
Space Mountain.
It didn't offend me. It was just, it didn't make sense. It's like, you have to be 7 foot tall in order to get into the ring. Is that what he's saying? Like, and then something about the clown.
Maybe to step over the ring rope, the top rope like he does. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, here's all the news I could compile about his release thus far. It sounds like Big Cass's release was a result of a multitude of issues. In addition to the accounts of being intoxicated in public, Pro Wrestling Sheet says that they heard of multiple times where he, quote, rubbed people the wrong way in a course of normal life on the road.
Gross.
Such as an incident on a tour bus where he thought that he was being ribbed and he wasn't, and he apparently locked himself in the bathroom on the bus. He couldn't get the door open. He thought they locked him in, so he kicked down the door. So for the rest of the tour, nobody could use the bathroom in private.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm like, my God.
I heard that one yesterday.
It's like, oh, I'm locked in.
Wow.
Kick it down. Like, really? Oh, my God. Russell Votes says that they've learned that Cass had, quote, voiced some frustrations about creative differences over the past few months, which combined with other stuff made his departure unsurprising. PW Insider said a fan sent them a report of his arguing with producers at a house show in Waco after he, quote, spat on the front row. Wow. So.
Wow. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
Me neither.
That one.
He apparently went into business for himself a couple times because, like, spitting on the crowd, 1. 2 was when he beat up the little person. And he didn't just. They didn't just tell him, hey, don't do that. Apparently he said, hey, what if I do this? And the agent said, no, don't do that. And then he was like, well, screw it. I'm going to Vince McMahon, like straight to Vince with it. And Vince McMahon himself said, yeah, don't do that. So what does he do? He does it anyway.
Does it?
Like, come on, man. After you've been told, no, like they always say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. But he asked for permission. And then he asked for forgiveness.
If he would have just went out there and did it, and then Vince was like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, it probably wouldn't have been that big a deal.
No.
But the fact that you went and asked him, and then the boss says no, and you did it anyways, you're just asking to get fired.
I know. And then Russell Votes notes that Big Cass refused to rehearse a promo before doing it live on SmackDown, and this upset Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn, likely contributing to the decision to release him. Because apparently Kevin Dunn...
No, not Kevin Dunn.
Yeah, well, I guess Kevin Dunn went up to him and was like, hey, you need to rehearse this promo before we go on live. And he flat out was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then he went on live and he effed it up some way, like he changed the wording, and it pissed him off really bad. And then Wrestling Observer clarifies their report that Big Cass was fired Tuesday in a pre-SmackDown meeting to say that he was informed of his release privately on the roster, was told about it in that meeting. So, and the last bit of news, I went over this on Friday when I talked to Kyle in the Money in the Bank review, but we'll talk about it a little more here. Apparently, he got into an altercation with Carmella in the backstage area, just getting in her face, begging her to take him back. And apparently he grabbed her and was getting kind of grabby and kind of violent with her. And it got to the point, it was so bad apparently that the Usos and Eric Rowan, all three stepped in to back him off. How bad was he getting where all three of those dudes had to step in?
Those three dudes probably kick the crap out of him.
Yeah, it's the Usos themselves, I think it's okay, they could have got the job done. But then Eric Rowan, who I think himself could have got the job done. But, good grief, all three of them. Oh, man.
It's pretty bad when you're starting to put your hands on women now.
Yeah.
It's one thing to kick a bathroom door open or whatever, but, I mean, you're just asking to get fired, and you're trying to meet up Carmella or whatever the case is.
Yeah, well, this is all alleged, I just want to throw that out there. We're not saying he, in fact, did it, but these are the reports coming out.
Yeah, well, rumor and innuendo says that he did it.
Yeah. The inside sources say, and Meltzer's inside sources are never wrong, by the way. They never work him, okay? Just plans changed.
Well, and if they happen to be wrong, plans change.
Exactly.
This isn't exactly what happened to the plans change. It was supposed to happen a different way.
Dave Meltzer says plans changed.
Exactly, yeah. He's never wrong. They change plans to make him look wrong, okay? But according to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, independent promoters are already talking about trying to reunite Cass and Enzo as Real One on the indie scene.
The Real One and Big Willie.
Exactly. Gonna happen, man. I feel it. Can you feel it?
He's gonna be known as Large William.
Oh my gosh! Somebody said
William XL.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it is. William XL.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, quick! Somebody trademark that before he could do it.
Somebody said something along the lines of Giant Cassidy or something like that. So
man, I can see that too.
It's all gonna happen. It's gonna be something terrible. I just know that now. So one of them is alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman, and the other one is alleged to have physically assaulted a woman. Oh my gosh, that's money, guys.
A couple of winners right there.
Yeah.
And yet, whatever indie show they show up at, the marks will all pop for them.
Oh hell yeah, they will. All Enzo has to do is drop that catchphrase and bam, money.
Which one? He's got 9.
All of them, yeah.
Comes out with his Michael Jordan pose with a mic.
This right here is Large Cass.
And he's 7'1".
He's 6'9".
And and you guys, I've got
Don't
just
try
one.
to teach that.
We've got.
Unable to educate people on that.
Let's get better. We've got one word that says exactly what you are, and let me spell it for you. S-O-F-T. Soft.
Soft.
Oh my God.
He's gonna wear shirts that literally just say soft on it.
and he says it he doesn't do the whole.
Print?
Yeah, he doesn't hold it out soft. He's just straight soft.
Soft. No, it's hella straight face. Soft.
He whispers it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my good Lord. It's like, and then he's got the Big Apple elbow instead of the Empire elbow.
We should be writing this crap.
They need to hire us, man. We're money, dude. Like, I can see the dollar signs now. They can call us the Rainmakers. Forget Okada. Oh, let's move on to something less depressing, shall we?